Hi everyone and welcome to In the Sewers. This is a series where I talk to bands of varying in genres of rock and generally have a bit of a chit chat, talking about where they're going, where they've been, how they got started, and yeah, just having a bit of a natter. We're coming up with some amazing things and I can't wait to share them with you all. In this week's episode, I have an In the Sewers exclusive coming courtesy of Joe from the heavy metal Sheffield based band Steal the City. The guys I met way back in 2019 when they were doing the Highway to Hell competition in association with HRH. They have then gone on to grow their audience but have been a little bit quiet in recent years. But the guys are about to let that all go. So let's get to it. Let's see what Joe has to give little old Glamrat. Hi, Joe. Thank you for joining me in the sewers. How are you doing? You all right?
Good. How are you, Charlotte?
I am doing marvellous. Thank you very much. Other than a bit snotty, but I think everybody's a bit...
Everyone's had
it. So you are the rather charismatic frontman of Sheffield-based heavy metal band, would you call yourselves?
I think we're getting there. Very kind of you to say that, by the way. But yeah, I think we're getting there. We are getting slightly heavier and what have you. I'd still say we're probably on the border of like hard rock, but I think we're getting there for metal.
Yeah, I was going to say you're edging that way. So the name of the band is Steal the City, obviously being based in Sheffield. I think I remember one of the first conversations we had when I met you back in 2019 was that was the reason behind the name, was because of your roots, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So we were all just in a practice room when we first started out, and then as soon as we got a couple of songs together, it's like, right, what should we name ourselves? Should we have something like based on our roots, like where we're from, or something like that? And then I think it were our drummer Ellis who said, "Oh, what about Steal the City? But we'll not do it as in steal, as in the metal kind of thing. We'll do it as in robbing kind of thing, because Steal the City as a robbing term makes more sense than metal the city. Like don't kind of make sense kind of thing. But because of that, it's been our own downfall because everyone spells it wrong. Everyone
I
always
had to
it.
double check when I was doing the posters. I was like, I remember them saying like not steel as in steel metal, but like steel as in, and I was like, oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, that's it. But everyone, because as soon as they get it wrong the first time, then that's it. They'll remember it all the time. Like, oh no, they'll kick off. They'll have a little diva fit if we spell it wrong.
You guys having a diva fit. I can't imagine anything happening of the sort at all.
That's all behind closed doors, all that stuff. Thankfully, that don't come to light, so.
Just throwing a packet of M&Ms about. I asked for red ones. And to be fair, when you said about, Sheffield is still the city, what I thought of there, I don't know why, is that bit in the film The Full Monty, if you've seen it.
Yep.
They're like, Gary, no bugger steals pipes in the buff. And it just reminds me of that. It's a brilliant film, to be fair. It's a marvellous film. But we first met back at Hard Rock Hell in 2019. But when did the band itself actually start? When did you guys start rolling it together?
Band itself started like it's weird. It's really weird thinking it like this because we're actually coming up to almost 10 years as a band, which is mental to think about.
Right.
Because we first started gigging, our first ever gig as Steal the City was in December 2014. But we were practicing together for the best part of a year, probably early December 2014. But never really released anything. Like we put like a little demo out on like SoundCloud and stuff like that. But the first EP didn't actually drop until 2016, 17, I think, something like that. God, I feel old. But yeah, after that, we've obviously been through a couple of lineup changes and stuff like that. I wasn't originally the singer. I was just the guitarist, just rhythm guitarist.
Just a rhythm guitarist.
That's it. And then ever since, as things have changed and what have you, I've eventually just become the front man. I've never claimed myself to be a singer, so I prefer front man or performer, I suppose. But yeah, it's like 10 years it's coming up to, and it's really weird to think about. So that we went from practicing just in our drummer's shed at the bottom of his garden, getting noise complaints, to having like our own like mini studio to rehearse in. It's really weird. So
Oh.
yeah, 10 years is still. I need to drink to that. Christ, gosh, wow, 10 years.
It's like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. But you had, like you said, you've had a really, really good time in doing it and a good run, and you seem to be
Yeah,
playing a lot more as well, or you have
yeah,
done
yeah.
this year.
Yeah, but last year we tried to like get our foot back on the gas when it comes to gigging, and then halfway through the year we decided, right, we need to kind of ease the brakes a little bit because we've all had different things going on in our personal lives, like whether it be working behind the scenes, job changes, all that kind of stuff. So while we were obviously struggling to do gigs as well, we thought, right, well, we'll kind of put like a bit of a hold on the gigs, but whenever we do meet together, we'll record something and we'll just keep writing songs and what have you. So when we've all been in our own like little elements, not being able to meet up at the same time, it's not stopped us from writing songs basically. So we've not been able to meet up, but with the amount of time we've had on our own, we've all like pieced together songs and what have you. So if you want an In the Sewers exclusive,
Oh,
because
go on then.
I don't think we've really told anyone to be fair, but we're doing an album and it's almost finished basically. But we've managed to do that with whether it's me driving to a call out at 3 in the morning all the way up to Scotland, uh, writing lyrics, just singing into my phone, and we've got the drummer sat at home programming drums on the computer and then doing that to songs, guitarist and bassist making songs together to then put forward for either sing tunes on or what have you. But yeah, it's all come together and we've made an album. So it's almost finished. So
Woohoo! Can't
don't
wait.
know when it's going out. Don't know when. We haven't got like album title or artwork or anything like that. But it's sounding great, and I'm really excited to put it out to the world.
It's
So
happening.
there's you in the sewers exclusive.
Yay! Love that. Because you guys did bring out a single. Was it earlier this year or the back end of last year? I think.
Back end of last year, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because you went for quite a raw kind of sound to that. Is that the kind of drive that you're going for with this new album?
kind
Or
of. There's a lot more production behind it, definitely. Because I think when we first started with the second EP revival, when James joined the band. So we really wanted to get these songs all finished and done, and they were all like, right, let's proper gear a good go with this EP kind of thing. Let's try and push it out. Say we're back because we've not posted anything out for a while anyway, and it's like, right, this is the new us. This is as we stand. This is still the city. But as we were in the process of releasing that EP, that's the point when we started getting the new stuff laid down. And when we started getting the new stuff down, we were like, are we really releasing this EP? And we've got all these songs that are so much better than what we've already done, kind of thing. So we were like, you know what? Let's just release them because they're practically in the final stages anyway. Let's get them out there. That's the EP. It's not to say that we're not proud of it because at the end of the day, I find EPs and albums like timestamps of where an artist is, where they are in that time frame.
yeah,
So
definitely.
that was us
Yeah,
in that moment. And with the album, it's obviously showing our progression kind of thing. So the EP, as soon as we got these new songs like in the works, we were like, right, let's just get the EP out so we can concentrate on the album to make it the best it possibly can be. So it is still the city. It's very much quite raw, but with the EP, we kind of wanted to just get it out there and done at a really good standard. This time round, we're really taking our time with it, and I'd like to say we're being picky uh, with whether it's tones, sounds, and all that kind of stuff. Because end of the day, it's our debut album, and we want it to
yeah.
sound ace, which
Of course you
every
do.
other band
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, of course. Like, there's no harm because some people do say they're like, oh, bands are just picky about how they sound. But no, it's something immensely important and there's a
Yeah,
craft to it as well. And like you said,
yeah, that's it.
you've spent so much time, with you driving up to Scotland. Why are you going up to Scotland at 3 in the morning?
That's That's just call us. That's just the way we work now. Well, that's the way I work. Sorry, that's the way I work.
Jesus Christ! I mean, there's popping out to the shops, but that's something else.
And that's it. It's all like security reasons when I deal with like temporary security. So if I have a camera system that goes down, it could literally be anywhere in the country, and
Right.
I'll just go out and sort it out basically. But I don't have to. I only have to do that one every 4 weeks, so
Okay.
that's fine. So and the overtime's great. So it's good. I don't mind
Swings and
doing it. And obviously
roundabouts.
with the downtime, with the big travels, how I entertain myself is either listening to me music or podcasts or anything else like that, or I can really dig deep and write stuff because if I've got the lads sending me demos while I'm out, I can sing over them and I can practice myself, which is one of the main reasons what's made my songwriting come on so much because
Right.
the first EP and the second EP, I didn't really have much writing. I don't know how to explain it really. Like melodies and stuff like that is never something that I've really been great with. Like I've got an idea because I've got no music theory knowledge whatsoever, kind of thing. So I don't know where it comes from or whatever. At the end of the day, if something sounds good, I think it sounds good, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like I say, having the alone time going to all these jobs and what have you is, I want to say it's like hone the craft that I don't know what the craft is, kind of thing. So I've got better at doing what it is that I'm doing. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. That'll come to light in the album, kind of thing.
I'm good at something. I don't know what it is, but it's there.
That's it. So it's hopefully it's been represented with the album anyway. Plus we've been quite more experimental with it as well. Like dived into genres, kind of never really been with us, but there's a couple of curveballs on there, I'd like to say, but it's because of this time that we've had apart and what have you. Well, yeah, technically apart. We've had time to experiment with different things and what have you, and it's just come together great. So yeah, all those trips up to Scotland or down to London or what have you, it benefited me greatly, which I didn't expect at all. Because I think a lot of people need to try. It's all well and good having your interactions with your band and what have you, writing songs together and what have you. But when you're together, especially us, like we're a rambunctious bunch. Like we're like
You are
easily
a lot
distracted.
of fun, though. You're a lot of
They're
fun.
a lot of fun, but sometimes that fun can get in the way, especially in the writing process. But how we do is we're pretty serious when it comes to like writing the stuff now, and then once the stuff is written, then we have fun with it, kind of thing. So it's worked for us great, but having it, yeah, it's all well and good being together as a band, recording and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it is really good to be alone with your own like instrument, whether it be your voice or your guitar or what have you, and just trying to bounce off each other without those people there. Because it might sound daft, it's like you could be with other people and like, oh, you could try that riff that way or that riff that way. But whereas if you're on your own, you can just do what you want without opinion, or you can then bring all those things that you have done on your own and get the opinion afterwards, rather than just being stopped to your tracks and moving on, kind of thing. So it's benefited me. I'd like to think it's benefited the lads as well.
Exactly. So. I mean, I can imagine the group chat is just very busy with loads of ideas just flying around all over the place.
Yeah, that's it. It's mellowed out a little bit now that all the ideas have actually gelled together and we're heading towards the final product. Because at the stage we're at now, it's basically all the final backing vocals, overdubs, maybe like sound effects kind of thing. It's all that kind of stuff that we're now in the final. It's basically just the final sprint to get it done, and then once that's done, getting it all mixed down and mastered, and then we need a battle plan for releasing and gigging and all that kind of stuff. But
and a moody
because we've got nothing,
and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's it. Well, because we've got nothing booked so far in advance anyway, we've got the chance to actually do this properly. So we can get the PR involved, we can get radio play involved, and interviews, reviews, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be the stuff that I'm going to take on anyway, because I kind of like doing that kind of stuff anyway. I mean, it makes me feel useful, kind of thing. So I'm utterly useless in a recording aspect, anyone asks me if anyone sounds like, yeah, that sounds like guitar. Yeah, that sounds like drums. I do not know. I'm practically tone deaf when it comes to what sounds good. So I'll do my parts. I'll do as I'm told, and I'll bring my stuff that I think's good. And if it is good, they'll tell me. If it's not, it's bad. I'm saying that as if like they boss me about. They don't. They really don't. My band's lovely. They are lovely.
Joe, come here, stand over there, play that and sing that, and you're done.
Yeah. Let him out at cupboard. He's got songs to sing.
Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt the interview mid-flow. I just wanted to say if you like this episode and you want to see more, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button down at the bottom of the page. And if you want to be the first to see the brand new episode of In the Sewers, then don't forget to ding that little old bell. So come on everybody, ring my bell and let's get back to it.
But I mean, you guys have been gigging like you said, off and on in bits. I mean, Springfest was a great show for you guys. Like, I really enjoyed that. That's the first time I've seen you play in a long time, and it was great. It was very polished. I loved it.
Yeah, Springfest we did. We spent a lot of time trying to craft the stage show for it, which is something we pride ourselves on. It's like it's not just about going to a show to see a band play the songs. You go to see a band perform, basically, whether it's using all the sides of the stage or a bit of choreography kind of thing. Like you need to keep the audience engaged. Like it's good enough having a catchy chorus and good riffs and stuff like that, but for all those times that you're not doing that, and there's always bits like that in songs that you don't get all the time. You need to keep them engaged, and that's something that we really pride ourselves on. But what we kind of found is when we were doing those stage shows, because Springfest were our first gig back in a long time, and then we did a couple of gigs after that, and it consisted of basically the same performance and the same set kind of thing. And it's funny because we actually had people coming up saying, "So when are we having new music and stuff like that?" Because, like I said, we've been a band nearly 10 years, and we're playing a lot of the same stuff now. So that's kind of that was kind of our turning point. Like, right, we'll take the foot off the gas a little bit, just so we can concentrate on getting new stuff. Because ideally, when we come back, we want to mainly be playing the new stuff and getting people on side with that.
Yeah, of
we'll
course,
obviously go a throwback for the older stuff kind of thing, but that's obviously the old Steal the City, and hopefully people will come along with the new Steal the City kind of thing.
I'm sure they will.
So when we come back, it's basically going to be completely different to Springfest performance, which we love that performance as well, and we love that venue. The Waterloo in Blackpool is probably my favourite venue. It's incredible. But the Steal the City you saw at Springfest, we're going to be, I'd like to say, a completely different beast, because there's much more things going on, that different elements that we need to incorporate into our performance. So I'm hoping that we're going to be a lot more engaging, a little bit more dynamic, alternate kind of thing. So I'm excited to come back with it once we've got that bit nailed as well. So
more of a
buzzing to get going again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So because I thought that I just missed out on things. I thought, like, because I've got you on Facebook, and I thought, am I just missing something that's going on, or what's happening? Because, like you said, Springfest was the first time people have seen you gig in a long time, and I think for myself, the last time I saw you before that was Call the Wild. I think the year before, when your guitar just didn't
almost a year. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? No. Hopefully we'll come back with actually decent instruments this time as well. Or someone who knows how to fix them.
It just wasn't happening, and then as soon as you didn't want it, it just started working again. It was just like,
That's it. Be right. But yeah, it's one of the things where we did get to a point where we always said to ourselves, like, we'll do gigs and we'll get some gigs sorted and what have you, but we do need to concentrate on writing new stuff, otherwise it'll never come out. But it always got to the point where someone would even message us, or someone say, "Oh, we've had a last minute cancellation. Would you mind filling in or whatever?" And usually we would always be that band to jump at the chance, because we always like helping the venues out, and our friends, whether it's a support band that's dropped out or a friend's band, we'd always try and jump in as much as we could to help out, let the show go on and fill it out kind of thing. Same with promoters and festival dropouts, all that kind of stuff. We'd always try and be there to do it. But we've kind of had to put a lid on it a little bit, because all those times that we'd go out and help out, it were kind of not helping us progress with
Yes.
what we wanted to do as well.
Yeah.
So especially with all the work commitments that we've got now, like we need to be like, time's much more precious to us, and we're trying to make the best of both worlds kind of thing. Like, it's frustrating because I don't want to, like, I almost like say, well, like, we pride ourselves also on like being the band that could almost like save the day kind of thing. Like, we could always go out and help out when and whenever we could. But now I don't want people to think that, oh, they used to be helping out all the time, but they're just not there anymore, which we are, and we really do want to help out. I'd even if we couldn't make it, I'd knock a couple of other band suggestions out there kind of thing. But I'm just hoping, with us turning down so many just so we could get the album done and sort ourselves out personally, that it's not come across as that we don't care anymore. We
Yeah, of
do.
course.
We've
Yeah.
got more, our priorities is obviously with our family, our work lives, and then the band is going to have to sit within that top three, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just hoping no one's like been disheartened by it, because we are still here and we are very much wanting to do it. But at the end of the day, everyone should always say your family comes first, and especially like
Exactly.
your main income as well.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's what we're aiming for. We're finding a happy medium kind of thing with it all, and it's just getting older, isn't it? That's all it is.
We're just
We're all
getting
getting
old.
older. We're all getting old. We're all getting a bit more tired, but we still want to get it a bit 110%. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, if we can find it, we'll find it.
100%. Whether it comes in cans of Monster or whatever, we'll find it.
We'll find it. We'll find a way. Are you planning on bringing Chester to anything? Because I haven't seen him yet. I've seen, like I said, I've seen him a couple times, and I always ask about him, but it's like, come on, bring the lad.
You do. Because you're a superstar, that's why. See, his first festival was gonna be Rocking the Bowl, and I bought him his own headphones and everything, like his own ear defenders, and it got cancelled. So
Yes.
that's been pushed back. Whether that's coming back or not, I don't know, but I really hope it is, because
I think it
I
should.
love those guys who set the festival up and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to bring him, just so he can experience it. Like, I'm not the kind of, I'd like to say I'm not the kind of dad who would kind of push him onto things. I want him to discover his own thing. Like,
Yes.
I'll bring him to a festival just so he can see what I like doing and what have you, just as you would. And then I'd love the day for him to turn around. Maybe like I'd imagine as like walking through a park kind of thing. Him having like a little tug on my sleeve and be like, "Dad, can we go to like a festival or something?" My heart would explode. It'd be brilliant. Like, that'd be fantastic.
Come on, boy.
So, yeah, let's go. We'll go in every single time now. It's great. So
I'm sure he
yeah,
will.
I definitely want to bring him down. I really want to show him off, because he's my absolute pride and joy, and he is my mini me. He's
He is.
cheeky as well, and he's great. I love him to bits.
He's a beautiful little lad as well. Was he named after Chester Bennington by any chance?
He wasn't actually, no, but it kind of came up that way, because when we realised that we were having a baby, me and my wife, we were always brainstorming names kind of thing. But we wanted something that kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you can't, no one's really got like specific names. Well, they might have specific names in mind, I suppose, but we really didn't. Like, we weren't really gonna like name after family or anything like that. So it literally gets to the point where when me and my wife were on like road trips, we'd have playlists on, and we'd be literally just thinking of singers going, "Oh, well, that might fit, or this might fit."
Yeah.
And then a Linkin Park song did come on, and I was like, "What about Chester?" And she was like, "Oh, I kind of like that," and we kind of like that as well. And then, so in that case, I suppose he kind of is, but it's not from the thing that people think it is, because everyone was like,
Yes.
"Oh, that's a lovely tribute to Chester." That, and I loved Chester Bennington as well, because he were absolutely brilliant. He were absolutely everywhere, and he was really influential. But he's not named after my son. He was the reason technically, but it's not for the reason people think.
No,
We were just
I get that.
spitballing names, and it stuck. Spitballing names, and it stuck. So
You
but he
know,
will have to live with it for the rest of his life, unfortunately.
He will.
So,
Someone's going to ask him at some point.
100%.
My dad wanted to call me Pamela. Oy,
Pamela.
Pamela,
I think
yeah.
you make a lovely Pamela.
Oh, I'm glad someone
Pamela
would.
Glamrat.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, don't. And my mum liked Rachel, but every child and their dog was called Rachel or Lauren at the time. So I got Charlotte instead.
Oh,
That'll
that's
do.
good. I will fit with that.
That'll do. I'll take that. Never mind. So are you guys gonna plan on doing any festivals next year then? So if you've got this build up, hopefully, fingers crossed, big press release and #1 album in the UK and everything like that, you're gonna play the festivals?
100%. That's what we want to aim for anyway. But for me, I find it difficult to land the festival. Well, because we've been such an independent artist for so long. We've got a lovely lady called Eliza who always helps us out with the gigs because she's like #1 festival attendee. Like she's at like every single festival, and we always say that she's like the band mom because she always looks after us. And if we ever uh go astray a little bit, she's there to put us back in line, basically, which is great because a lot of people sometimes think, look, you're being a bit ridiculous, calm down or whatever, which is great. So she's been phenomenal for that, as well as giving us guidance and all that kind of stuff. She's almost being like a neutral opinion kind of thing.
Right?
So that's always been great for us. So she's always been like on the gigging circuit. But again, we're very independent. Like she's had a little bit of experience in like band managing before, and she's just been there to help out, which she's fantastic, and we absolutely love her to bits for it. And well, with the festivals, it's kind of almost like a lot of festivals, unless you've got like something going around your name, like you're in people's heads kind of thing. That's what I find gets you booked for festivals. But if you've also got something new to promote, so it's even though we've got this album in the works and we want to get things ready to maybe like send the singles ahead of time, whatever. Until they're done, that's what we want to advertise to the festivals because
Yeah.
again, with the stuff that we've had before, we're basically sending the uh, festival promoters the stuff that they've already heard. It's like, we're still here. We'd love to play that kind of thing, which
Yeah.
obviously is all we can do, really. But I'm I'm hoping to get the foot in the door on a couple more, maybe new ventures kind of thing. But I'm aiming for them because I love a good festival. The vibe's always
Yeah.
incredible. You also see loads of your other mates that are in bands perform as well as finding all the new diamonds in the rough that are absolutely spectacular bands. Like we discovered Florence Black at
Yeah.
Call the Wild. Fucking phenomenal band, absolutely.
Yeah.
And now look at them, absolutely incredible. So loads of bands to discover as well, and I just want to be one of those bands that people can
Yeah.
discover, whether it's by accident or they come to see us or whatever. It's all great. Like meeting people after the shows as well at festivals, it's great because everyone's always in a good mood. Unless it's a bit rainy, but let's be right, we're in UK, we're used to the rain. We bitch and moan about it, but we're used to it. So
Put
that's
your
what
Google
makes
on,
a
you'll be
festival.
fine.
Sort of. Well, there's goggles if I want to crack on.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, we are running out of time, dear. So I was wondering, do you have any advice for anybody who is wanting to be in a band or is thinking of starting up? And is there anything you would like to say to your fans as well?
Do it. If you want to start a band, just absolutely do it. I said that when we started in 2014, we did genuinely start in 2014, but within that year that we became a band, we literally were all still learning our instruments. It doesn't matter. You could be the worst band in the world and perform on a stage and perform terribly. But at the end of the day, you need that experience. Like, go out and do it. You don't know until you try. You'll make friends along the way. It's just a good time. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I used to be absolutely terrified of performing as well, and it were only until I did it a couple of times that I started getting like into it, kind of thing. But the only way that I managed to get performing down for me was I literally just had to pretend I was someone else because I couldn't be me on stage because I'd freeze up. I couldn't do anything. But as soon as I pretended to be someone else, then I started kind of going ahead with it. That's the kind of reason how the whole Joe Chuggy thing came along. It's my stage persona kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's great. Like, if you want to start a band, do it. If you're rubbish at your instruments, no, you're not. Keep playing them. You can only get better. You can never get worse if you keep playing. Keep writing songs. Get gigging. Play those dive bars. Play any place, just as long as it's experience. And if you
Yeah.
got stage fright, pretend you're someone else. Make up your own persona and just crack on. And to all our fans that we've got as well, thank you so much just for sticking around with us. We all appreciate you so much, and we promise we will reward that loyalty. Yeah, loyalty. Let's go with that. Loyalty
Devotion.
with the album. Exactly. The album is coming, and we hope you're ready for it because we think it's great. And don't worry, Glamrat, we'll sort you out with.
I was
something
gonna
else.
say, you can't forget little old me. You will definitely have to come back and have another chat about the whole album. I mean,
100%.
oh yeah, definitely. See, I mean, it's worked out in the van. It's all right. In the sewers, in the van, we're doing all right, aren't we?
I know. Well, I've had to leave engine on because if the light went off, yeah. So, have you ever had an interview in a van before?
It's the first one in a van, I think. Yeah.
There you go. 2 Glamrat exclusives. Album, van. Sorted.
Sorted. Brilliant. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me, Joe. It is greatly appreciated. I wish you all the luck in the world with creating the new album, and I'll be so excited to see it when it comes out. But you take care, darling. I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, and good luck within the sewers. Go for Glamrat. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Joe and the lads of Steal the City for giving me an exclusive as to what they've got coming up in 2024. I am super excited to see where these guys are going, and don't forget, you guys can stay tuned to me on all socials to find that out. But if you want to be in the know first as to what Steal the City have got going on, make sure you follow all their socials, which are going to be down in the description. Have a catch up on what they've already done, and just keep them eyes peeled for what Joe and the guys have next. I'm super excited and I can't wait. But please stay safe wherever you are, and until next time, catch you later, Glamratters. Bye bye.